Good evening, people of the YouTube. This is Matt, the StarCraft, and I've got a nice little treat for you. This is going to be a 1v1. I did mention it in one of my previous casts, between two players, YAOSunTzu, who is part of Team YAO. He is a Masters player in the UK server. They asked particularly for me to cast as best of 5 between YAOSunTzu and Sonders. I've got a little bit of information for you on these two players before I get to them. They're having some friendly chatter, which is always nice to see. YAOSunTzu is a Swedish Terran player for Team YAO, I apologize, YAO. He's consistently high finisher in tournaments like Craft Cup, GO, GO4 SC2, and other larger tournaments, usually finishing around in the round of 32. Often uses very unique builds like Mech and TVP and Masterine and Ghost and TVZ, and he plays very diverse play styles, while Sonders is a Danish Zerg player, and I don't know too much about him, and they don't know either, and he's a very heavy infester style in both Terran and Protoss matchups. So this will be fun. Like I said, it'll be a best of 5, and they said, asked for me to cast it and said, and if you were interested, I could do a live cast. The only problem is we'd have to match up our times since I am in the US and they are in the UK, so we'll see how this goes. Let me just fix my frame rate right quickly. Alright, so anyway, I've been trying everything and everything in the kitchen sink, trying to get my frame rate better. I've even put having StarCraft run on one of my processors and Fraps run on another. It doesn't really do anything. So we shall see how this works out. I'm a little frustrated still. Of course, I just may need a better rig, even though my computer is pretty good. So we'll see what kind of builds. Looks like we are going to be doing a pool first as far as Sonders is concerned. They're having a very friendly chatter, which actually I thoroughly endorse. You should always have friendly chatter with your friends. We have an SCV going out to do a little bit of scout. They did spawn close air positions on Metalopolis, so could potentially see some very early airplay if you want to do some Mutilatus harass, if you want to do early layer tech, or even a Banshee harass. And if that's true, if he does plan doing Banshees, we will see a second gas go down very quickly. You don't see it going down yet. A tech lab going down on the barracks, so maybe some, this could either mean Marauders, or this could mean we could see a factory go down and we could do easily some Hellion play, but I don't see a factory going down quite yet. We'll see if he decides to use this for anything such as Stim Pack or concussive shells, or even just pumping out Marauders. But no, we do have a Reaper going down. That's actually very interesting, as you don't see Reapers too often anymore. They were very popular in the beta, quite powerful in the beta. They were nerfed quite heavily, but still very good for early game scouting, and especially against a Zerg who it's just early game scouting and some early drone harass, and they're so fast, especially if he decides to get Reaper speed. They're quite annoying to deal with. Going for very late gas, getting spawning pool first, followed by hatch, followed by gas, so not a very early speedling build, which may end up coming to bite him, as he does have a bunker going out. Does he know about the bunker? He does not. He's just getting a peek now, and the bunker is just about half finished. Queen going to be slowly crawling her way down there, and she's not going to be able to do too much as his drones pull down here, and the Reapers are going to be doing some damage to them as he goes. Now jumping up, down, going to be picking off at least one drone, potentially two. Does not want to get caught by that Queen. Queen going to be focusing down the bunker as we speak, but he's going to get some more free shots. Two drones being killed off by that Reaper, potentially a Zergling, but no. Up and down, great little micromanagement there, and now he's going to pull his SCV back to hopefully get this down, but one poke from the Queen, and that is going to be spell certain doom. A second Reaper coming up now. This is kind of caused some massive problems for Sonders, as he doesn't have Speedling upgrade, as he did go for that later Speedling, so the Zergling is going to be forced to choose one or another. I like how he has one Queen down here and one up top, but this Queen is going to be ultimately useless as it is off creep and extremely slow. This Reaper just popping in and out, finally bringing this SCV to come and finish this. If this gets finished, this Reaper will have a very safe haven to go to. Does have a Spine Crawl on the way now. He can unburrow this, move to the edge of the creep, which it looks like he's going to be doing. Spine crawlers can stay just out of range of the bunker while still hitting the bunker. And now going up here to build a supply depot. This early game harass is pretty insane, and they weren't kidding when he said he's a very unique style player. Going to give him vision of the high ground in case he decides to get something up here like a Queen, like this. And there goes another bunker. So with this is actually very unique. I really like this. I'm curious if that supply depot was accidental. This SCV is going to be killed. If he can get this bunker finished, which it doesn't look like he's going to be able to now at this point, but if he got it finished, I really like that with the Hellion harass because he can bop up and down, bouncing between bunkers if necessary. And now we have 3 Reapers in here. Now 4th Reaper coming in, so he's going to have to cancel this. Otherwise, it's going to be loss of minerals. Does get that canceled down, and now these roaches are going to be able to attack him from the high ground, screwing the Reapers out of there. Going to scoot around the backside. Potentially a free queen pick. Oh, so close, but does not get that queen. All the while, these keep saying Hellions, these Reapers are more than paying for themselves. Not smart to go against those roaches, though. Those Reapers are probably better off to run off, as you could use them later on. Park them somewhere, and then mid-game sometime go into the main, as it's not as well defended. But still, all the while expanding, building more barracks, constantly building more troops. Now he's got Marauders popping out, grabbing a couple more barracks. So transitioning from like a 2-racks aggression with Reapers, which is awesomely unique. I really like that, into an expansion followed by 2 more racks. So not really affecting his economy too much. If we look at workers killed, it's actually even, as he did lose 2 of his SCVs during that harass, but he is still on top as far as the workers is concerned. Good thing for Sonders, though, it was only 2 workers that was lost. He still was able to maintain his natural, and he didn't lose the queen that he almost did. And if I were YAOSunTzu, I might have pushed that just a little bit harder. But either way, dropping the scan scene if that natural's up and running, and it is fully saturated. Just checking to see if this army was in there. Didn't see any army, as the roaches are out and about right now. Just kind of poking around. Layer tech is dropping, so roach speed probably going to be the next obvious choice. His saturation at his main quite low, but as you can see, he is making more drones to be popping out. As far as these replays goes, guys, I will be popping out about 1 a day or every other day for this best of 5 till it's all out, as I have been very busy with personal life stuff. But I definitely want to get some stuff. I do have my first loss that I posted for Mathis versus Ladder. It has to do with cannon rushers, so feel free to check that out. And my indie corner stuff, the rest of Project Zomboid upload should be going up soon, and I may even have some other games pop out. Losing that Overlord was not prepared. Now supply capped completely, and as you see, just starting Overlords now, which is not somewhere you want to be. So he was, I believe, intentionally sacrificing it to get some scouting information done, but didn't make Overlords to kind of replace it until just now. As you see, he has 5 going out. So really just making sure that he never has to get supply capped again. That actually can hurt him very severely at this point in the game. As you see, his minerals and his gas is kind of climbing on the higher side when he wants to be spending it. I like the fact that he is not grabbing that 4th gas quite yet, as he does not, he's going to grab it now, but didn't want to quite burn it now. Nothing out of the, he didn't really have anything to spend the gas on. Infestation pip dropping more Reapers to jump in here and do some harassment, trying to get that queen, but the roaches are going to be swinging on in here to ward them off, and perhaps we'll see some roach speed. We don't even have Zergling speed yet. Wow, that is the latest Zergling speed I think I've ever seen. Interesting choice. Really going for that macro game. Not worrying about the aggression at all. Using the creep as its speed, for the speed boost for a while, just to defend against those Reapers. But as those Reapers were doing a lot of damage, I would like to have seen Speedlings a little bit earlier, but still looking all right now. We do have Mobius Reactor dropping. Now those Reapers are going to get out of there before those Zerglings are able to do anything. Are they going to be lost? Losing 1 Reaper in the process. Are they going to lose both? He's going to be hopping up and down, getting some free Zergling kills. I really like his Reaper micro. It's actually pretty damn impressive to see how late game these Reapers are making it. Now he's lost another one, only down to 1. He should just run, and he looks like he's going to save as many as they can, as they have been very effective in the scouting and the harassment game thus far. So very nice. And now we're moving out with a huge contingent of Marines with some Marauders mixed in for good measure, and 1 Reaper just kind of scout ahead, see where the army is. He knows the size of this army. This could spell certain doom for YAOSunTzu if he can't stop this, and his army is slightly out of place, though. We'll be back in time. He's scanning just to make sure to see the army size. So it's primarily Zerglings, which are not going to fare well against this Marine heavy army. And now let's see how he handles it. Stimming up, so doing some free damage for him. But swinging on in here, forcing the army back. Going to get a free queen kill. There goes the queen and an overlord. And I like the transfusion on Spine Crawler. I need to keep that Spine Crawler up as long as possible. And there goes his huge army now being completely destroyed. Awesome held back. I wasn't sure that I was be able to do it, as my computer freezes for no reason for a minute there. Come on, I know you can do a little Bertha. That's what I'm going to call my computer, Bertha, for now. So warding that attack off quite nicely. We do have a ghost in the mix as well, as that's what the Mosvius reactor was for. I should have said something. I did not. And yeah, wow, I'm surprised he was able to hold that off so well. Now he's going to move in for the counter aggression, as he assumes that was pretty much all of his army, and he'd be correct to push now with his sizable lead here. He's only going to have enough for 1 or 2 fungal growths, it looks like. I think it's going to be 2. So potentially just moving on out, deciding that's what he wants to do. Checking for the gold, make sure he doesn't have a gold. Checking he doesn't have a third or a hidden third somewhere. So knowing he's still on those 2 bases. Just now getting his third up himself. Little bit late on the third, but not too bad, as that early aggression did kind of set him back. And now he's going to be kind of forced to move on out, burrowing those infestors. The one's going to stay unburrowed, probably just waiting for that to go down. Roach speed just about to finish, so waiting for those upgrades before he does anything. Ghost, come over here, see what's going on. Drops an EMP to drop those energies, but it's too late, as these infestors are already on the ground and moving their way in, and they're going to have a free window to scoot on in here. Now, if you could just see, if in his vision, if he could see, little shadows, it's really difficult to see. He's going to be shutting down his third here, or at least infesting it, or not infesting it, harassing it. These guys are just waiting. They're just waiting to drop up. They're going to drop up, pop up, and do a fungal growth to kill all these SCVs. That's going to be beautiful to watch, but all the while getting his attack here to try and shut down this third. I want to keep an eye on that army, though. Those infestors are just waiting to happen. I love borrowed infestor play that isn't caught in time. It can do such damage if you're not prepared. And now they're moving in here. Lots of ghosts that are cloaked. They're going to be picking off everything he can see. There go the snipes, just dropping all of those roaches. That is wiping out his army very fast. And there goes everything. The power of roaches are being shown right there. And now all infested Terrans are being dropped. So it didn't decide to do any of the fungal growth play, but instead the infested Terrans. But that did a ton of damage, killing 25 workers. Scanning a little too late, as all the energy is used, and one of them is going to get away, it looks like. And there's a second scan to finish him off. Infestor not going to get away, but the damage has been done. Very much ahead now, 54 to 41 worker count. Third base up and running, grabbing the gases as we speak, so he is going to be feeling really comfortable after that early game aggression and that first early push. Going to be in a very comfortable position. Here we have YAOSunTzu feeling he needs to move out. Got to make sure he does some sort of counter aggression. He does have quite the sizable army. Got to be moving on out here. Going to see one Zergling and a few roaches. Going to get the free kills. Going to quickly flank them. Not going to really get away without a few heavy losses there. Or maybe he is going to get away. Very nice escape on Sonders' part. Got to remember who's Sonders and who's YAOSunTzu. YAOSunTzu is part of Team YAO, and he is the Terran. Just stimming one Marine to kind of get ahead. He is the lone scout, going to be promoted after this solo mission, if he survives, of course. We do have Sonders grabbing his 4th base now, which is actually very good timing to grab at the 16-minute mark, especially after doing a successful harass there. And now he's going to be forced to engage here. We're going to have a bunch of fungal growths dropping down, so those ghosts, if they even do cloak, are not going to be doing much. Dropping the EMP a little on the late side and missing 2 of those infestors. We're going to continually fungal growth, and there goes the entire army of YAOSunTzu. YAOSunTzu, so close. So Roach infestor play, they weren't kidding when they said he favored the infestor play, and you can see the power of infestors now. You might want to burrow those infestors. They do move slightly faster underground, I do believe. And now moving in to try and seal the deal. He knows his economy is pretty much nil at this point, and his army cannot be that big, as he lost a lot of his workers, so pushing at this moment is probably good. Hates Manx as well. Power to the people. Terran hater through and through. Sonders may be moving on in here to finish this off if he decides it's the right time. This lone Marine solo mission, he's going to be remembered for the brave soldier he was, and not the pathetic death of the writhing that he just had. Moving in here now. Going to be met with a bunker, a bunch of fungal growth. This army is not going to last long against this huge roach mix with these infestors. I do hear a few ghosts in there, but they are going to pretty much finish this off. And there's the GG. Well played. Sonders, though suffering a little bit from an early attack, he was able to quickly hold off YAOSunTzu's big push, which I thought was going to do a lot of damage. Great Roach Infestor play. I really like that mix. The fungal growth just showing how powerful it can be and how quickly the Roaches can finish it off. So that'll be Game 1. I will have Game 2 for it either immediately following this. I plan on casting it, or you'll see it in the next couple days. As always, subscribe, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, Team YAO is the Red Terran. That is who sent it to me. So we'll see how they do next game.